Thanks and welcome to this video. If you are making till this, I am assuming that you are liking the content which I am producing here. In the previous lectures, we learned about map and filter operations. In this video, we are extensively going to look at flat map. Flat map is another transformation. Same like map and filter, flat map is also a narrow transformation. Let's try to understand what flat map do for us. We have an identity called X, and X contains again 3 records into it. When you apply a flat map operation on top of any of the row given in the RDD, you can create multiple returns or multiple objects out of it, same or more than that. That is the beauty of flat map. You can split one single row into multiple rows, and so on and so forth. You can generate more number of records, and you cannot say that the total number of produced RDD is equivalent to the source RDD. So in this case, as you can see, the first row is split into 3 rows, and likewise the second and third. So the total RDD count of X was 3, but in our case the new RDD generated with a total number of count of 9 elements inside it. As you can see here, the flat map is a transformation which generates same or more than the number of records we have in the source RDD. Flat map returns a new RDD by first applying a function to all the element of this RDD and then flatten the result. Here is the example. We have a pseudocode available here in the same format. We are using Python as well as Scala. What we are specifically going to do here is we have created one RDD called X, which consists of 1, 2 and 3 as a number. Now we are specifically saying Spark to apply a flat map transformation on top of it. What we are doing is we are taking one record at a time and try to implement some logic on top of it. We are saying that the flat map should be of 3 elements per row. So the first element will be the exact same number, which is X. The second element I want to multiply by 100, and the third element which I want as a constant to 42. So each record of first element will be converted into 3 elements in the new RDD. As a result, we see that X has 1, 2 and 3 as an element, but Y, which is the resulted RDD of my flat map operation, has in total 9 objects available. The first is converted into 1, 100 and 42 as constant. Then second is consist as second as constant. Then we multiplied it by 100, which becomes 200, and again 42 as the constant value. So we applied the same thing on the third element, which is 3. So 342 is generated as an output. Hope you have the understanding of flat map. Let's go to the IDE and try to understand flat map in more detail by applying some examples. We are back into our IDE. Now again we will continue with the same example where we are specifically asking to read a CSV file. Once the CSV file is read, our data frame is got generated. Now what I'm doing is I'm specifically asking my Spark to split one row into multiple rows. So if you perform df.show, it will give you the first 10 rows, and then after I'm applying a flat map operation on each of the element of my RDD and saying that please split the column which is named as skills and description and split it by a comma and return me a data frame with that new schema applied. Then I'm trying to collect those data and putting into a list and trying to iterate it so that we can print the data out and I can demonstrate to you. Let me comment this first out and we'll open up it again once the sample data get loaded. Now this is the output. what I'm saying is, in the example, that I want to split the values of my skills and description using a comma separated. So now as you can see, I am having one single row as an RDD object, but then I'm trying to create multiple rows out of this specific column. So as flat map says, using a flat map you can return n or equal or n plus 1 number of records. How the logic you implement, according to that a new RDD will be formed. Hope you clear with the concept. Let me know in the description box if you still have some confusion. Now let me open up this piece of code. To revisit this code, what we are doing again, the same data frame which we read from the CSV, we are creating an RDD on top of that and trying to apply a flat map operation. We are taking each and every single record out of it, and we are specifically splitting out the skills and description column via comma, so that we can have multiple rows created from one single record of each of the record. To make you understand, I am collecting that data frame so that I'll have an element object created and I can print that object. Now as the CSV has more than 12,000 records, I just limited it for the first 10 records only. So how it should give an output, it should split out the entire row and created a multiple rows until it reaches the point to 10. I explicitly coded this way because so that you can able to understand it. If the length of list is larger, you won't be able to understand it more properly. Let me execute this and I will show you the example. Here is our output got generated. Let's compare. So as we coded, RDD first object was taken into consideration. It uses the skill and description column and try to split this or break this using the comma as a separation. So now let's see how the output is generated. The first 10 record you are seeing is the output of df.show 10 and truncate as in false. Now the second output which you are showing here is the sprint element. As you can see here, the entire first skill are splitted and generated a multi-record data frame. We have scheduling, big data, Unix shell scripting, SQL, Python, automation, and so on and so forth. We have also taken the last 3 elements from the second row. Let's take an example. IT skills, data science, and machine learning. All the 3 from the second row is taken into consideration. It is only happening because we restricted the execution of the loop for the 10 execution only. Hope you are enjoying this entire journey of learning the core Spark implementation. This is how the flat map implementation look like. Do let me know in the comment box the questions and query you have. Please like this video and please like the video and share in your community. Me and my team are really making hard efforts to bring this content to you so that you can understand Spark very easily and in a layman language. Thank you so much for joining me in this lecture. See you in the next one. Thank you.